Hello everybody, my name is Davis and welcome back to another video, and today we're here for another severe weather breakdown. Now we've got a lot of stuff to talk about today, including some severe storms, we've got lots of tropical activity and more. So let's go ahead and get right into it, starting off with the SPC outlook for today. Well, we have two different marginal risks of severe weather here across the four corner states in the desert southwest. So let's go ahead and break down the threats that these bring. Now starting off the tornado threat for today, no tornadoes are expected as of right now. That threat is very low. Damaging wind threat, we have two 5% risks of wind gusts of 60 miles an hour or higher here. This one extends all the way down from El Paso back up into Denver, and this one goes almost down to Las Vegas, almost back up to Salt Lake City here. I guess it does go into Salt Lake City, so look out for that. Hail threat for today, we do not have a hail risk as of right now, but that could change. Now moving on to tomorrow here, we already have a marginal risk of severe weather here for portions of the upper western Midwest and the southeastern portion of the Northwest. So let's go and break down the threats that this brings. Now starting off with the tornado threat for tomorrow, it's very low, no tornadoes expected as of right now, but that could change. Damaging wind threat, we have a 5% risk to see wind gusts of 60 miles an hour or higher here. Luckily, the only major population center in this region is going to be Rapid City here, so definitely look out for that in that region. Hail threat for tomorrow, we also have a 5% risk of hail of 1 inch or larger, but once again, the only city that's really big that's in that threat is going to be Rapid City, but Scottsbluff, Nebraska is also in that threat, I guess I should mention, but that's about it. Going all the way into Monday here, we already have two marginal risks of severe weather, and I'm guessing at some point these are going to connect, and we're going to have a large line of storms that's most likely going to go across the central U.S. here. But we're a little too far out to talk about that, so I'm not going to break that down too much yet. National Hurricane Center here. We got two tropical storms out here in the Atlantic, Philip and Rena, but we're going to break those down both more later. Eastern Pacific, we have a disturbance here that is a 60% chance to form the next 7 days that we really need to be watching for, okay, because this is pointing in the California direction. I don't think it's going to make landfall in California because California only gets a hurricane about once every 70 years, and we just had a tropical storm there this year, but it is something that we still need to watch out for potentially. Central Pacific, very calm right now. So let's go ahead and move on to the paths for Philip and Rena here. We'll go ahead and start with Rena. It's a tropical storm right now at about 50 miles per hour, and it's going to continue to move northwest, eventually ending its lifetime as a 35 mile per hour storm here by October 2nd. Tropical Storm Philip here. The Lesser Antilles very soon are going to get an impact from a high-end tropical storm, potentially even a low-end hurricane here. So places like the Dominica and all these other islands here need to be really looking out for this, okay? You're not going to see a direct impact from it, so it's not going to be too strong, but you could see some storm surge, some flooding rains, and you're already kind of starting to see the flooding rains here, especially in areas like the Dominica here where we've got a stray downpour going on. But yeah, and this might also cause some strong gusty winds as well. Now this will continue to move to the north and eventually now is set to become a hurricane here at 75 miles per hour. But it's not expected to get stronger very fast, okay? By the 5th at 1 a.m., which is as far out as we can see, it's still going to be a 75 mile per hour storm. And what's really interesting is that now these two are even closer to meeting here. Rena and Philip are. So we're really going to see a tropical storm twin scenario here, okay? Now, it may not be that intense and it's not going to affect anybody, but tropical storm Rena here will still be strong enough to kind of show some signs of being a tropical system. So I think it'll just be really interesting to look at, honestly. Finally, watches, warnings, and advisories. We have so many dense fog advisories in effect right now, mostly for portions of the Midwest here, as well as the Ohio Valley. But we also have some in effect here in Maine. Red flag warnings here in the desert southwest, even going into the northwest a little bit in the pinks there. Purple, that's a winter weather advisory, 3 to 6 inches of snow possible in that region. You're already starting to see. Northwest California, frost advisories in effect there in the blue. Look out for that. Don't be driving on icy roads without making sure that you can do it safely. Air quality alerts here in effect for portions of the DFW region. Flood watches will be in effect here for portions of New Mexico, and West Texas for a while. Coastal flood advisories, coastal flood watches in effect here for most of the East Coast. Well, I guess I say most, really just Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, Delmarva. I guess it does extend over a good portion of the East Coast. But yeah, other than that, pretty calm right now. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.